Welcome, I'm the Legendary PokéMaster, and today we are comparing Ash's Pikachu versus Red's Pikachu. This is going forth with the Pokemon debate thing that I'm doing, which is kind of being changed up in this video, because this is a question that I have asked myself for a very long time. So without further ado, let's start. Okay, so before we can compare the two, we need to nail the main elephant in the room here. What level exactly is Ash's Pikachu? But LPM, level doesn't matter, it's about the compassion and effort you put into raising your Pokemon team, and no, it's not. Ask any person who played Pokemon ever. Like this guy.
Who, me?
Yeah, does it matter?
No, not really.
Exactly. I've actually gone over the level of the Pikachu we know a lot more about, except for the level, in the past. So basically, I'll sum up my findings here. Essentially, based on how Pikachu loses a bunch of easy battles at the beginning of a bunch of new regions in the anime, we could assume that most seasons serve as a sort of reboot of the show, in which previous adventures are for the most part ignored and Ash and Pikachu are just kinda starting off as trainers, but in a different way than other seasons. This is supported by how Ash doesn't seem to age, and the same applies for Pikachu kinda, except for how he kinda gradually gets skinny, but we don't care about that. With this in mind, Pikachu probably starts out at about level 5 in each canon, as can be told from Pokemon Yellow, and progresses to different benchmarks depending on the region it goes to. This would also explain why Pikachu learns different movesets throughout the anime. But moving back to where Ash's Pikachu stands, the move with the highest level requirement that it was shown to use in the anime was Thunder, which is learned at level 58. This was the 22nd episode of the Indigo League, well before the halfway point in terms of how long that season went. On the other hand of things, Red's Pikachu is seen at its strongest in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, with a level of 88. That's higher than Gold and Silver's level 81, Sun and Moon's level of 70, and Black 2 and White 2's version of 50. Although that last one could kinda be disputed because everyone's Pokemon gets set to level 50 in this place. That's good. I don't know. Is this place good? I think it's good. Taking into consideration Ash's Pikachu's circumstances and Red's Pikachu's highest level, by the end of the Indigo League episodes, Ash's Pikachu's level probably would have superseded Red's level by the end of the season based on the rate it was going at in the first 22 episodes. However, this level is completely dependent upon the varying level rate Ash's Pikachu has between regions. In Unova, for example, Pikachu levels up apparently much slower than in the Indigo League, and not even having used Thunder throughout that entire region. For now, though, let's focus on the Kanto version of anime Pikachu because, well, that's where Red's Pikachu is now, isn't it? Ash's Pikachu probably has the level advantage against Red's at this point, but we still didn't look into moves, which is kind of a critical factor. There are some moves that Pikachu couldn't realistically learn in the game, however, so to even the playing field, I'm going to exclude those if they had a battle. As of the end of the Indigo League, Pikachu has learned Thunder Shock, Thunderbolt, Agility, Quick Attack, Thunder, and Double Edge, excluding those unrealistic moves. Of these, Thunderbolt and Quick Attack have been used most consistently, so with that said, we could probably assume the remainder of its moveset is the two most recently used moves other than that, Thunder and Double Edge. On the opposite side, Red's Pikachu has a moveset of Volt Tackle, Quick Attack, Iron Tail, and Thunderbolt, which is probably better than Ash's Pikachu. Volt Tackle is an extremely powerful move with a downside, however usually the payoff is better than what you have to give away. Iron Tail also gives it a pretty powerful move for something that has a type disadvantage, because you know, electric will be resistant against electric. However, there is one thing that Red's Pikachu has that Ash's doesn't, and that is the Light Ball. This Pikachu-specific item greatly boosts the stats of its holder, which gives Red's Pikachu a pretty big edge. However, there's a thing I wanted to mention that may also play a factor, and this may mean the old woman was right. She's not supposed to be right. But anyway, Ash obviously shows much more compassion towards his Pokemon than Red does. Ash constantly offers moral support while Red just stays silent for the most part. Actually, no, he's just dead to the world, silent all the time. As seen with Pokemon Sun and Moon, caring for your Pokemon and offering moral support like you can do when you send out your Pokemon often makes them perform better. They can endure hits that would otherwise be a KO and evade attacks more frequently. Ash's Pikachu means a lot to him, and this bond would probably pose a significant asset to Ash. Red, on the other hand, basically has his Pikachu as one of his 151, and doesn't seem to show too much compassion to it, rather looking to it possibly as just another piece of his collection. That said, Ash may be able to pull out a victory out of sheer determination if it came down to a battle just between the Pikachus, due to that higher morale. However, with everything factored in, which of these Pikachu would win? Well, I say Ash, but only in specific scenarios. Ash's Pikachu has the strategy above Red's. Red didn't come up with very good strategies in his battle with Gold, and mostly relied on the sheer power of his Pokemon, which can fail in the case of battling an evasive Pokemon like Pikachu. Ash, considering his level advantage and greater use of things like his surroundings, probably could outmaneuver Red's Pikachu and win. However, where this changes is when we go to the other reset versions of the Pokemon anime. In other regions, like the one I said before, Pikachu's level could be drastically below Red's Pikachu's level, and it's hard to tell where, when, and how these anime reboots occur, making determining Ash's Pikachu's level elsewhere too subjective to actually be considered. But anyway, those are only the ways I figure it, and evidence can be interpreted differently. So what do you think? Which Pikachu would win and why? Please leave a comment down below. You can also subscribe to see videos like this twice a week. Regardless, Ash is cool, and I will see you in the next video.